Hey there class, I'm going to show you here in a quick video how to make a very basic protractor. So to start off, basically what you're going to need is you're going to need a sheet of paper, you're going to need a pair of scissors, you'll need a pencil or pen, and you'll need, be handy to have a ruler as well. Okay, first step, what you're going to want to do here is just fold the paper. It doesn't exactly matter how far you fold it. This is far enough, but you're going to fold it in half just like this. The next thing you're going to want to do is you want to get yourself a pencil. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to be using your hand and the pencil kind of as a compass. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my thumb right here as my pivot point, and I'm going to use the pencil, of course, to draw the arc. And pretty much what I'm going to do is instead of turning this like you would with a normal compass, I'm actually going to turn the paper instead. So what I'm going to do here, if you can see, is I'm going to take this and I'm going to keep my pencil still, and I'm going to just turn the paper just like that. Now it's not perfect, but it does a pretty decent job here. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut out around our arc. And so I'll just cut it out here. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is a pretty simple thing. Now you'll notice here that we have our full 180 degrees, and you'll notice that where we have this crease is exactly at 180. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this in half again, making this a good crease, and I'm going to fold it in half yet again. Okay, and as I unfold this, you'll notice here that I have my 90 degrees, and then of course I've divided this in half again, so this is going to be 45. And I'm going to continue this process until I've folded it several times. So I folded it again, and this time I've taken my 45 degree angle and I've split it in half. And so this time I will have my 90 degrees angle here. There'll be 45 degree angle here, and half again is going to be 22.5. So the last fold, of course, you can fold in half again. I found that was relatively difficult to get a good straight crease. So what I did was I folded each of these into the halfway point. So I folded this in like this, increased it, and then did the same thing on this side, increased it. And again, you can use your pencil or to get a nice good crease, because that's going to be kind of important here. All right, so I'm going to unfold it, and the next thing I'm going to do is flatten her out there. And at this point, if you've done all these, you will have divided this up into 12.25 degree increments. So you can mark all the way up to 90 degrees by 12.25. I'll do that here. Okay, so while I was off camera, I've marked all of the angle measurements, again by 12.25 degree increments up to 90, and then of course back down this. I've also used my ruler and my pencil to draw along the creases so that these would be marked clearly here as well. The next thing that we're going to do is you're going to cut out some areas here, so that if your angle or if your lines that you're measuring are, in this region, you can actually see them. So what's going to be important here, and this is important that we don't cut all the way through here, because it loses a lot of its structure and it won't kind of hold together. So there's going to be a really critical step here that I'm going to show you that you need to make sure so that you don't cut this out and kind of lose your structure. Okay, so what we're going to do is you're going to fold this once again on the 90, and you're going to fold it at the 45 degree angle. Now you need to keep track of where your 90 is. Okay, so my 90 is right here along this edge, and this is also the edge of my protractor here. So I want to make sure I'm keeping track of that. In fact, I want to flip it over so it's up this way. Because what I want to do is I want to come in here and I want to cut, and I don't want to cut along the 90 or the edge. That way I want to maintain my structure in here. So I'm going to basically cut here, kind of an arc kind of shape, up to the edge here. And then I'm just going to cut this out. And I can remove that piece. And just to make sure that I've done this right, you'll notice here as I unfold it that I've maintained this middle structure and the edge structure. I'll continue to do this until I've kind of cut out several different places here on this. Okay, so here it is. I've decided to make an extra cut here, and let me kind of show you here how we're going to actually use our protractor. So let's imagine we have some angle, and what we want to do here is we want to measure this angle right in here. So this angle right here, we'll call it theta. What I want to do is I want to always line up the vertex with the middle point here. I'm then going to line this up along the bottom of the protractor. And then I notice here the line that I'm looking at here, wow, look at that. It just happens to be at 45 degrees. So I would say this angle here is a 45-degree angle. Let's just draw another random angle. I didn't actually try that to be 45. That was kind of a coincidence, I guess. Let me do this angle. That definitely is not 45 degrees. So this is the angle we want right here. Once again, we line the vertex up right here. We run this along the edge here. We flatten out our protractor, and you'll notice that it's right here between the 22.5 and 33 and 33.75. So this isn't going to give us highly precise measurements, but we can at least make some estimate here. So I would say it's, definitely closer to the 33. I'd go with, let's say, something like 30 degrees would be about that angle right there. All right. So thank you for watching.